This is our first round of 16, Human versus Night Elf, a matchup that we hold very dear to our hearts, I'd say. Two players that we met multiple times. We traveled the world with them together, and now they fight for the spot here in the round of 12, where they will meet HawK. And HawK, a little bit of a dark horse here, but not without chances, of course. Yesterday we saw Lawlight and Fly going through. We have Happy, Sock, Focus, and Foggy qualified already because they ended up in the top 4 spots of the latter season. And yeah, we're about to kick this off. Fine, best of 3. And Mr. Remo Demo, what maps do we end up with?
We got Autumn Leaves for first one, an old classic Terenas stand as the second, and Tide Hunters for the third decider.
TS, wow. That'll be fun.
Oh, yeah.
And what really confused me during the veto process, Sonik vetoed Concealed Hill, which is considered one of the best Night Elf maps in this matchup. Kind of weird, but, well, it is on brand.
It is on brand indeed. And on brand is also showing Warcraft games here at Back to Warcraft. HawK vs Sonik for the round of 12. You guys want to start the cast?
Sure.
Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah, let's do it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Give me your best Yerman yeah there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
This
yeah.
is survey, I like it. Yes.
Okay. Beautiful, beautiful start to what's going to be a beautiful day. I'm sure we have HawK, who's a beautiful man, the bottom left of Autumn Leaves. In the upper right, we, of course, have the legendary Mr. Sonik. All standard so far, but what can we expect here, Remadimo men?
Good question. I think especially on this map, Autumn Leaves has a couple of different openings you can go for. Very rarely will we see humans playing one base. That case would be reserved perhaps to Happy exclusively nowadays, who has been looking pretty good with one base human in tournaments like the Show Cup. But yeah, normally it's always going to be a fast expansion, of course, especially against Night Elf. And yeah, on this map specifically, unlike any other map, I guess, you have 2 expansion positions you can choose from. Now, most humans have a favorite to go for. So Carson, what's your favorite? If you're the human here, where would you like to expand?
Oh, always, always, always the bottom right where HawK is right now, or the upper left if HawK was spawned where Sonik is. It's safer, it's closer to small green camps, you get more experience, you get a better item. I think you immediately get a level 2, which is really nice. Sometimes you're lacking that aura for a long, long time, but HawK, he's not going to go for the immediate expansion at all, apparently, which is something I tend to disagree with, but we'll see how it works out, I suppose.
I think this is the double critical cast, because I'm completely on the same page as you. I think going for the instant expansion creep is the best build here. You can go for the best opening. You pull out the creeps with a footy, you prevent the slow, and then you take the corner expo as the first camp. Basically the same as on Northern Isles, the opening there being very similar. And Northern Isles, for that reason, is considered one of the best human maps in the pool. But HawK first went for the green, now going for the easier camp in the middle, which means the keeper has the time to harass. However, so far, not seemingly too successful with that.
Yeah, Sonik ended up in kind of a weird position with the keeper. He ran past the creeps, took a bunch of damage, and now HawK has just been laying down the auto attacks. There's 4 treants, going to manage to get at least a couple of peasants on level 2 for the keeper, so Entangle is unlocked, but Sonic's going to have to go back home really, really soon, and that's going to be all the Moonwells, but he's already counter-expanding.
Early counter expo before the tech. This means the second hero is going to be delayed by a long time, and also the Dryads are. If the expansion, of course, finishes, it's going to result in a lot of bonus gold for the Night Elf, but if it's cancelled, this is very bad. This is a risky build. The safer one to go for is tech first, and then even if your expansion is a bit later, you're going to have a huge power spike with Dryads and the second hero coming out most likely from the tavern. So Sonik playing a bit risky, which shouldn't surprise us too much.
Is under siege.
Yeah, 3 archers coming across, 1 more archer being produced right now. Treants into the main base, and of course there is no arcane tower yet at either base, so Sonic's going to get 1 more peasant. This is actually going to end up being a town portal in classic Sonic fashion, but he might be able to secure, well, at least 1 more peasant kill, and of course the militia time is valuable. Oh, he actually sneaks out. There's 2 openings to this base, and Sonic gets out the right-hand side. The footman now, though, pressuring the archers, and eventually the keeper should have to TP here. Be very surprised if he didn't town portal.
Yeah, he's hoping to perhaps go for the staff, but the AM is hot on his heels, so there's no time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. And the Munjo is going to be heavily taxed right here. I think it's not even enough to fully heal up the Keeper. But it was indeed enough time for the expansion. The Tree of Life now almost finished. But the Tier 2 was started pretty late, right? TP here finally forced. With a lot of lumber surplus here for Sonik as his Tier 2 finally started pretty late.
Yeah, Sonik kind of ran in range of the Archmage just to say, force me to TP, please. I don't want to have to run all the way back. And that's what the Archmage did. Archmage also finds the Tree of Life now, but of course uncancelable at this stage. Sonik going to pull the expansion. Not quite going to be level 3, but once that Keeper does creep the green afterwards, level 2 Entangle is going to make dealing with these footmen a whole lot easier. 6 archers. Sonik does tend to go very archer heavy in almost every matchup.
Yeah, and especially on this map, we see a lot of heavy archers with Naga second, pressure play, creep the middle, and then maybe even go for Mountain Giants late game. Since the 2 expansions here are so close to each other, it can be very effective to play high tempo and be aggressive in your opponent's face. Look at that Archmage. Stole the item. Sneaky bugger. Now got the cloak as well. Might be of some use. Last hit stealing not quite on point, so the Keeper gets level 3. And now the footies have to be quite concerned about that Entangle, which is the reason why HawK is keeping them way back.
Yeah, every 75 mana with a couple of auto attacks, that will mean a dead footman every single time. Sonik a little bit low on mana, but at least he can kill that first footman and then can chase him down and get another one. The Archmage might be eyeing that Entangled Goldmine to go for a cancel with the Water Elemental, but for now he's just waiting, delaying. Of course, sacrificing footmen to the Entangle just to keep his peasants safe. The peasants at this stage of the game are much more valuable than the footmen, and of course feeding experience to that Keeper, not the end of the world because he tends to fall off after level 3 and of course once there's Dispel.
Sonik is waiting for that tier 2 to finish. We're almost there now, about 30 seconds left over. Oh, Water Elemental might be able to get the cancel here on the Entangle. This is going to buy a lot of time for HawK. Yeah, there's certainly a cancel now with the second Elemental committed. And every second the opponent is mining, HawK is getting further and further ahead in the resource count. Finally started his tier 2. Feels a bit late, but at least it's on the way now.
Yeah, I'd say that would be maybe about a minute late, a minute and a half late from the fastest possible text. Nice detonate there from Sonik. 2 Water Elementals could feed a decent chunk of experience, and of course will allow him to finally entangle that gold mine. One more archer going to go down. I think that might even be the 3rd, maybe 4th archer in total that has fallen so far, but a lot more footmen are dying, of course. Demon Hunter 2nd, no lures in sight yet, but Sonik has plenty of resources. And the gold mine finally being entangled, but could just be cancelled again.
Yeah, I think it will. The Water Elementals still have a bit of health. It's going to be enough time. Great delay by HawK. This game now looking excellent for him. And Demon Hunter 2nd. This is something I haven't really seen too much as of late. It's been mostly Panda, 2nd, sometimes Naga on the right map. But Demon Hunter it is instead. A hero that is great against MK, great against Panda, but especially tends to suffer at least against Blood Mage.
Yeah, and you know, HawK is going to have plenty of time to see that Demon Hunter and react with his 2nd hero. I'd be hugely surprised to not see him go for a Blood Mage.
I've seen players like Colorful actually outplay the Blood Mage, but it's very hard to do. You have to have Invo Potion and Anti-Magic ready at the perfect time against the Siphon, and also the Entangle to cancel the Siphon instantly. So it is very hard to execute properly. It's very easy for the Demon Hunter to really fall to the slow and Siphon control that the human can offer. Demon Hunter also very level hungry, and of course takes way longer to come out compared to the Alter heroes. All that is to say, I'm not the biggest fan of Demon Hunter, whether it be 1st hero or 2nd hero in this matchup for Night Elf, but we'll see how Sonik makes it work.
All right, and we were talking about HawK's choice to not go for the immediate expansion earlier. Another thing that we might agree on that HawK might sometimes do differently is, does he choose to go tier 3 immediately, or does he choose to, how I prefer to play this matchup, just put up 2 Sanctums, get that Blacksmith, and just pump out Breakers, Rifles, Priests, and Sorks, and push immediately at 70 supply with the 2,000 gold he has. That's what I think HawK should do, but in the past he has surprised me by going tier 3, in my opinion, a little bit too early.
HawK's base build here at the expansion. Little unusual, to say the very least. The Arcane Tower in front, very exposed. Only now the farms are coming up. This is normally where you always would be seeing the Blacksmith to block in front. That one's in the main. feel like the base build here could be a bit better, but so far it doesn't matter. So far there has been no assault towards the Expo, so nothing to be punished. However, if Sonik gets to Bears, there could be a concern developing there. But Bears are still far, far away. Sonic's still only tier 2.
Yeah, and Sonic does sure love to attack, so he's going to attack right now and not get much done. But of course, as you mentioned, once Bears come out, he's going to be running at that Expo. And HawK is starting to fix the problem that is the SimCity at that Expo with a couple of farms at least, but he's going to need a couple more probably just to keep that Town Hall safe. Clarity on the Keeper, almost level 4, not bad. Level 2 Treants doesn't hurt, but he's definitely going to need some Bears as Tier 3 is now on the way for Sonic, but it's going to take a long time for Bears.
Here's the Blood Mage second. Not surprising us. We mentioned this. This is probably the best counter pick to the Demon Hunter. Especially once you get level 3 Blood Mage. You can really win the mana war. Unless you want to go Flame Strike, which can also be very good. AM getting threatened here a bit. Demon Hunter willing to go deep. That is, of course, something that Sonic is known for. He has the Telestaff to save the Demon. But so far, good game for HawK, I'd say. He has been able to prevent creeping for a long time. These two middle camps ideally want to go to the Night Elf in the mid-game. Sonic wasn't able to claim either of them.
HawK going very upgrade heavy and going for the workshop. I don't know what your opinion is on that. I tend to prefer to not see mortar teams too early, but HawK only now breaking upkeep. I feel like he could have broken a little bit earlier with the bank he had, but the workshop, regardless of my opinion on it, is going to be canceled now.
Yeah, I also feel like humans way overvalue mortar teams, actually. I feel like they're only really good if you have tier 3. So what I prefer to see is like 65 supply to 70 supply human without mortar teams. Just going to upkeep fast, have a presence on the map, then go tier 3. And with tier 3, make a workshop with mortar teams. But not too many, only like 2 or 3. Because I feel like you should rely on anti-air rifles rather than hippos. Gyros. Because normally there's going to be a panda on the other side. But that's not the case here. And since there's no panda, especially gyros against ferries would be very effective for HawK.
Remo Demo, I think we're on the exact same page in this matchup from the human's perspective. I couldn't agree more. And I couldn't agree more also with heal scrolls. 2 of them for HawK, which is going to be very, very nice for this upcoming push. He's going for a lot of rifles currently. Not a breaker in sight yet, but he's still going to end up, I have to say, probably 20 supply ahead before there's really any bear presence on the map.
Yeah, Sonic is struggling, which honestly isn't just something we can say about this game, but also about his shape in the European scene for a long time, right? I don't know how well you can think back to 2014-15. It was very fateful days for me and Neo and I. This was the first time we went to China for WCA, WCG, and all those tournaments, and there Sonic was still a big name. He still was a big threat to many a player. It seems like he has fallen off that pantheon, if you will. But let's not count him out too early. He's going for the Pitlord third, his trademark hero. Another hero, though, that can be countered by the Blood Mage's Siphon pretty well. Yeah,
absolutely. And Banish as well, if he wants to go that route, which he hasn't yet, but we can always see a 1-1-1 build. For now, though, Bears are online. Ancient of Wind almost finished for those Fairy Dragons that you mentioned, and the supply is almost even, but the heroes are just not that strong for Sonic. I think HawK can get away with a lower level Blood Mage, but definitely level 3 Demon Hunter is needed for Sonic at bare minimum, as well as that orb, which I imagine he's going back to get right now.
There's, of course, a situation where the mortar teams are indeed very good to pressure bases. In my estimation, though, the human doesn't really have to play this aggressively on tier 2. As I think we've by now noticed, we both like seeing tier 3 human play, but HawK is going to try to close out this game on tier 2. He's calling the boys again, the militia are in. We have 1-0 on the rifles, we have 1-1 on the breakers, and there's 2 heal scrolls plus heal wards. So this might be enough staying power to indeed kick this expo. It says 80 supply for HawK. It doesn't quite look like it yet, but let's see how this fight goes.
Okay, Fairy Dragon is there. First Flame Strike is decent, but obviously a little underwhelming in damage. The bear in the middle of the entire army goes down immediately. Heal Ward going to help save that. Priest to the back right now. Plenty of Treants. Could use a Dispel on those. There we go. A couple of bears are dropping low. One bear is still in claw form, just going to go down. The mortar teams are hitting pretty much all the Dryads. Nice Rain of Fire, but again, underwhelming. And Blood Mage, has to be careful, but has a potion of vulnerability. 78 against 58, though. A huge supply advantage for HawK.
That's a nice Flame Strike as well. The bears all getting toasted and roasted. Last Fairy Dragon about to go down. It's level 3 on the Blood Mage, and Sonic's army evaporating, or should we rather say disintegrating, because of those flame strikes. Here's gonna be another one. I think that's level 2. Oh, look at the damage. AM all of a sudden level 5. When did that happen? Well, just a moment ago. That's when the game ended. GG, 1-0 for HawK.
Damn, nice little back and forth between them, as so often in Human versus Night Elf. HawK coming into this as the favorite, claiming map number 1. But Sonik, solid performance. I would love to see how this game goes. If he attacks earlier, that was quite a big issue, I think, in his game overall. But apart from that, no big mistakes, no crazy Davai playstyle, yet entertaining. That's Sonik for you, right?
Was the tech just forgotten about? I didn't quite catch it, but did he just... Was it like he forgot a couple wisps and he had no lumber? Was it the expansion, or did he just straight up forget to press the U key on his keyboard?
Yep, that... I would go with that as well.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Sometimes that happens.
Certain why it was. Like, he definitely had more than enough lumber. He had excess lumber. Maybe he just hit it too late, the tech, or he made perhaps a few too many archers, because maybe gold was the issue, but I'm not 100% on that. But not just the tech, the way he played it there, sort of questionable maybe. I think just delaying the expansion in the first place for the faster tech is going to be the better play there, but, well,
Yeah, I
Sonic
agree. Yeah.
had his own take and didn't work out on map 1, but map 2, good thing, I guess, is very different, very unique. Terenas Stand is an old map, very interesting one, a bit of a balanced disaster, but in this matchup will rarely be played.
Yeah, we have seen it back in the day, like almost every single series, Warden versus Mountain King possible. You can almost play everything on this map for both races.
Yeah, MK especially, MK Expo is so strong for Human here. Even if you go up against the Demon Hunter, I think it's still fine. Sonic, he used to love the Warden sometimes, but especially in this matchup, I feel like he didn't perhaps look that strong with it. Is it going to be a Warden, yes or no? That's what I want to know.
Well, then let's figure this out and go into map number 2. It's match points for HawK. If he wins the next one or the one after, he will be challenging Kaho in yet another Human versus Night Elf matchup. But first, you have to go through Sonic one more time on Terenas Stand. I'm not the best friend of Terenas Stand when I have to play it myself, but watching games in this matchup on this map is beautiful. So here we go. Oh, and before you go into the cast, ladies and gentlemen, 22 euros 84 cents donation. Zimoli, thank you for your hard work. Best wishes from the Chinese fans. That is awesome, Zimoli, and we thank you a lot. Just as John Lusco for the sub, Tawateka for the host, Froderick for the 1-year resub, Richard Gook for the 4-month resub, Imperatrice Sissy for the 22-month resub, and Lemes for the 3-month resub.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you, everybody. John Lusco, man, I think I've known that guy for like 8 years, 9 years now, or something like that. Shout out, John. Okay, but we are getting the Mountain King versus Warden matchup. Very exciting. This is why we love this map. This is why, honestly, I love this matchup from the days of, 2009, 2010, when it was always Warden against Mountain King on big macro maps, Melting Valleys, stuff like that. Love to see those blink dodges, love to see the macro games, love to see the peasant harass, and of course, high level heroes, especially on the Night Elf side of things. This is a very, very welcome sight here.
Yeah, only very few maps allow for these heroes to be played. You need to have a safe level 3, you need to have a Merc camp accessible, and you need to have a pretty safe to go for expansion. All these things are going to be easily checked off the list here on Terenas Stand. It's a very defensive map. It's a very good map for the passive player, hence, and a very good map for level 3 creeping plus Merc camp. So all the boxes are checked, and this is the reason why we can see these heroes on this map. Oh, Ancient of Warden Eye. Ouch. Sonic with the first mistake. This will already hurt. And seeing this on a Warden has the tendency that this one lasted that's missing isn't just going to be missing for level 2, but also level 3 and 4 and 5. I've seen it tons of times. And Hopefully it's not going to be too painful for Sonik.
Yes, because on this map in particular, creeping the mercenary camp, then the green that they're both creeping right now, then the expansion actually gives you a close to perfect level 3. I think any deny does stop you from being able to get that so easily. It might not be an issue currently for Sonik because he's building a second Ancient War at a different camp, but of course if HawK were to deny a creep with, say, Lightning Shield or something, then it would hurt his level 3 as he goes towards the Merc camp. Terrible, or goes towards the Expo. Terrible items for the Mountain King, by the way. Wand of Mantling, double cloak. The wand can find some utility, but that's pretty bad for Sonik. At least slightly better. I think the cloak is much better for him, and of course the slipper's not bad either for him.
He's gonna get his level 3 here. I didn't think this Ancient of War would finish so early. I would have thought that the footy after the creeping of the expansion may have the time to go for the creep jack, but no. This is actually working out pretty well by Sonik. It looked like a bit of a risky play at first sight, but perhaps not. HawK now finishing the expo. Indeed, the footy didn't scout the Ancient of War, so there could have been some time to harass. Okay, so it was a risky creep route after all. But HawK didn't find it. Kudos to Sonik. He's going to get the full camp here as it seems. Scroll the Beast, also not a good find. Really not the best drops here for Sonik.
Yeah, and Talisman for the Mountain King. They're both going to be like... Imagine if they both GG at the same time because they got terrible items, but they didn't know their opponent had terrible items. Regardless, though, they're going to have level 3 apiece, which is going to be quite nice. Actually, is Sonik slightly off level 3, or am I crazy? Yep. Yeah, I'm not crazy. Slightly, this is so delayed.
Yeah, that hurts. Footy in the main base, by the way, was harassing the Wisp the whole time. Don't know if he got a kill, but he certainly saw no tech for a long time. Now, finally, the tier 2. I was wondering if Sonik perhaps would try to brute force through with mass hunts, but that is not the case. Warden now gets level 3 thanks to level green camp creeping. But the footies are nicely kept at the expansion with a purpose of soaking up damage from the Fan of Knives. But the Warden mostly moves past them. But good base build here. I think the tower is blocking the way for the Warden. Yes, indeed it is. Blinks into the hidey hole there, though. Gets 2 peasant kills. And might get a 3rd if she blinks out.
Oh, where are you going to go, Sonik? Okay, he's going to blink away. Both want to mana stealing each other there. The Warden now, though, has to be careful. Next bolt will have to be either a dodge or a TP, but he's got no mana, so he's got a TP. And that, honestly, a priest and 2 peasants. The whole mana pool, the whole health pool, town portal, half a charge of wand. Or 1 full charge of wand, I suppose. 1 of 2. Not worth it, I would have to say, Rimadima.
Yeah, this is something we see from Sonik so often, committing really heavily for those kills, investing lots of resources. Resources meaning health and mana, because those are kind of resources hard to recover oftentimes. Good thing is, of course, he had Moonwells. I wonder if Sonik started playing human, you know, and he keeps chasing units with his Archmage until he's 5 HP, and then he TPs back, and he's like, damn, what do we do now? Well, good thing is, he had the Moonwells to rely on. He's now setting up the expansion. MK is coming in for the Creep Jack, but Sonic's army here seems to be big enough to force this back, I would think. Let's see.
Oh, the Warden, though, has to be careful. Okay, he's just going to use it on units instead. Is he actually going to be able to cancel here, HawK? A lot of experience for the Warden, by the way. Almost level 4 already. The Mountain King, though, can he on his own cancel this expansion? Seems like he has enough damage. But a lot of footmen are being traded for this. Still a good cancel, though, regardless.
He's got a Stormbolt as well. He might be able to get the Wisp here. Picks up the Tome. That's 1 more damage, boys. Hell yeah. And the Wisp is killed. This was a big delay of the expansion. Now we can just staff out. The Warden, of course, doesn't have Shadow Strike, so can't go for single target too easily. But early level 4, and this is always a great level up for the Warden. Now she's super mobile with the cheap Blink. And her expansion... If it comes up next, now, with this Tree of Life, I think it's fine. But there's more danger on the horizon. HawK could go for more mercenaries, more footies. He could also creep the lab, go for a shredder, and harass the expansion again. This is another strength of human harass on this map here, Terenas.
Very nice from HawK, by the way. His shop was done as soon as that MK got back, I think, actually to the second. So he was able to clarity up immediately. Healing up now. He has a Troll Shadow Priest to be able to heal up a bit easier. Of course, that's a necessary thing for the Mountain King, but the archers find the Mountain King, realizing, Sonik, that HawK's going to go for that Shredder that you mentioned, is going to try to deny it, but for now, just sort of losing units. 1 more Stormbolt in the tank could be perhaps used on that Berserker. Certainly will be.
Lots of units going down. The Warden, though, gladly going to take this experience if she can. MK now out of mana, has to disengage. This was the first really good move for Sonik to get perhaps ahead in this game, finding the creep camp about to happen. That lab prevented, and now the Warden finding more kills. I wonder what exactly the late game strat for HawK is going to be. What we saw mostly from Asian humans on this map in the past was Alchemist second into mass air. Doesn't seem to me like HawK is a player who would go for such a strat, but maybe he will.
The Warden is getting so much experience. This Berserker needs to be denied. Not denied. A nice high roll thanks to those claws +9. Oh my god, the Warden's getting a ton of experience right now. He's going to deny at least that Footman. Very, very important. Every bit of experience denied here. Mountain King claritying up. Also bought a mana pot. Warden's got to be careful. Warden is just dead.
Wait a minute.
Just dead.
10 mana. 10 mana blink. Does he have the time? MK. Oh, the bash! The bash can decide the game!
He had 3 shots there. That was very, very likely to happen. But Sonik with a bit of luck on his side in map 2.
Second hero for Sonik again is the Demon Hunter, by the way. No Panda, which we normally would be seeing. Oh, Ancient of War falls to the creeps. The Shredder was stolen by HawK. Trying to go for the Zeppelin, maybe. Yep. And with that, trying to save the Shredder. He will be able to. Oh, nice reveal. Quickly on the trigger here, but Zeppelin gets away.
Yeah, nice try there from Sonik. HawK again with the Mountain King is getting so many kills. Gets an Archer, gets a Priest. Gets mana burnt away now, though. Warden comes back in. Going to ensure that Mountain King has to go back home. Demon Hunter being bashed, but at least he's going to get, what, level 2 here and then a little bit. Scout Tower.
What's tower doing here, though?
Oh, it's a guard tower.
Oh, MK doesn't have the staff ready right now. Playing a bit with fire, perhaps. Blood Mage second is coming in. Talking about the Panda earlier. No Panda means no AoE, which means mass air could be really good here for HawK. MK in trouble, mana burn, right clicks, 50 HP.
Oh my god. So many close encounters from these two so far in this game. Very, very exciting. But yeah, plenty of options for HawK. He's going into, what, 2 workshops. Could we see a 3rd workshop, perhaps, Remo Demo?
Oh my god, it's just massing tanks?
Love it.
That
He's getting
is
the attack upgrade.
Oh, nice dodge.
The player's forces are under attack.
Yeah, why not? No Panda. Very late bears because of 2 expansion cancels. Warden and Demon Hunter are awful against tanks. Why not? I think it's an excellent choice seeing that Demon Hunter second. It seemed like HawK might have done it regardless, but we'll still see. I mean, 2 workshops isn't unheard of if he just wants mortar teams and knights and priests and all that, but I would love to see, yep, there's the first tank at least coming out.
Alrighty. Put your cheesy hats on, boys. This is gonna be some tank play. But the Warden is looking very strong. As soon as she gets level 5, which I think she will here, she can play the Blink fan game over and over and can be doing devastating damage towards the economy. It's very important now for HawK to try to get at least 1 Zeppelin. He has 1 already. Maybe even a second to protect both bases against the Warden.
Yeah, I think that'd be a great choice. And he's already got an Arcane Tower in each base, but perhaps 1 more Arcane Tower in each base could be wise. And he's also getting an Arcane Sanctum, which could be used for a priest to dispel that anti-magic potion, allowing the Arcane Tower to burn the mana of the Warden. There's a few things to counter this, even though sometimes it feels like there can be no counter to the level 5, level 6 Warden. As Sonik gets a potion of invisibility, he's healing up. And he's going to go soon and start killing those peasants. But the Demon Hunter struggling to find a way to heal currently, as it seems.
Bears coming out finally. That double rejuve is badly needed. HawK is using the tanks aggressively. 2 tanks and the Zeppelin. This means it's free reign for the Warden. This is going to be a lot of damage right here.
It's going to be at least every peasant at this expansion going down. Hopefully for Sonic's sake, not for the entire mana pool. Would love to see him pivot over to the main base after getting all of these peasants. It just takes 1 auto attack and a Fan of Knives, and they're all dead. And the claw's helping out a ton, by the way. The tank's dropping in. They'll probably get that gold mine, but of course Sonik is getting some return damage.
Oh yeah, the hero and the single knight doing good damage, especially against the archers. And now Siphon against the Demon Hunter. Perhaps HawK will be able to win the mana war right here. Speaking of mana, Mass Whisk coming out for Detonate. Everything's out of mana here, more or less, with the exception of the Blood Mage. Warden, she's strong on level 5, but without mana, she can't be too effective. And if HawK has his expansion kill, this game might be over already.
Yeah, there's no repair, no uproot. He's not eating trees. Now he's uprooting. Is it too little, too late, though? The Blood Mage is taking a ton of damage. Has an Ankh, though, can also pass over the staff later on. And it is the Warden that's kind of in danger. As soon as that Blood Mage is back, he's going to transfer
like
some
that.
mana. And... oh, but a bash. Oh, my dear lord.
Demon Hunter saved his friend, but it's going to be sacrificing himself. Expo down, Demon dead, Tank still rolling. And HawK on his way to the next round of the plains, it would seem. How can Sonic possibly come back here? It seems impossible.
Yeah, this army is it's small, but very, very effective for HawK. He's got a couple of breakers to steal the rejuve, and the Knights, of course, do tons of damage to heroes. And they're not too bad against the Bears either. Now the Demon Hunter, that is not even level 3 yet, is dead. The Warden can maybe go back in for some more harass, but of course, he's harassing just to keep the economy even at this point, not to pull ahead, which is kind of what he needs to be doing.
Warden's harass is again going to be effective. She doesn't have that much experience, though, yet on level 5. She needs level 6.
Mm-hmm.
If there's a question, how can Nilf come back from a bad position with a Warden? The answer is always level 6. So he needs more kills. He needs plenty of them.
We got 5 at least here. Fan missed the 5th peasant that was in the gold mine, but again, those claws have been very, very nice. The extra damage is great in this sort of harass. But now HawK just says, whatever, I don't care about my peasants. I'm just going to kill you. But there is plenty of bears. 6 bears in the main base. This is enough to win this fight.
Yeah, I'd love to see a Griffin Aviary, just for 1 or 2 Griffins, because the bears are the only real threat that Sonic has at the moment. But HawK might not even need it. He pops the... wait, was that a Scroll of the Beast? No, he just stole the Roar, I guess. Knights now with Roar, but Sonic with the Moonwell support. Where's the Warden? She's still harassing, she's not helping at home. That seems quite bold.
Getting quite a few more peasants. You mentioned the experience before, and the Warden actually very close to level 6, just off pure peasants here. Oh, Paladin, will he be stacked out? Banished for now. A lot of bears are falling, of course. HawK has so much micro-ability in this army with this tri-hero, with the staff, that he can really trade without losing anything at all.
Players' forces are under attack.
I mentioned the Warden's levels, which are important, but also if the Blood Mage and Pally get to 3, that would be huge. MK level 5 would be another crazy one. And then at that point, the level 6 Warden can perhaps be beaten.
Warden's still in the main base. He killed the Arcane Tower. He started attacking a farm for a second. Yes, the economy is destroyed currently, but still, it's one base at the end of the day because the expansion's running, and Sonic now only just has 2 heroes.
1 Night Kill would be enough for the level 6! Can he save him?
Oh, he's gone.
Oh, my goodness. And Blood Mage is dead, isn't it? Yeah, the Pally, exactly. No, the staff! Comes off cooldown just in time, almost a surround. Oh my god, the demon, he almost had him. But tank went down, and that's the Warden level 6. Finally! She reaches level 6, but no mana at this moment. So I need to shop quickly.
Oh, staff was passed, though. And by the way, HawK missed 2 bolt surrounds on that Demon Hunter, which would have been guaranteed kills at the time because the Warden was so far away. So he had his opportunity, but now the Demon Hunter going to be able to heal up to the rejuve. This rejuve gets stolen, though. And there's, of course, no mana for the ultimate, which is needed to defend here for Sonic.
HawK does have a TP here to get out, if necessary, but wants to stick around, do as much damage as he can. But in this kind of a scrappy fight, in a prolonged engagement, the double rejuve is just so strong. And since there's not too many breakers and there's no aura, they don't have that much mana. Blood Mage in trouble, has to transfer the TP now, but he dies! Thanks to the mana burn, HawK too slow on the trigger. Loses the second hero, and Sonic is not out of this just yet.
Yeah, nicely done from Sonic. Realizing the mana burn is enough to do the damage to kill the banished hero. Could have gone for a surround on the Mountain King there, but there was a staff of teleportation still. Nice block with the Knight, but the blink. Oh, 1 more blink could secure this kill with the Paladin there. Just in time. Still 1 tank killing Moonwell. So annoying for Sonic, who now has to sort of rebuild. He lost a lore. He lost, I think, a couple more Moonwells, and of course he lost that oh-so-important expansion, too, that he needs to rebuild to have any shot in this game.
My oh my, Sonic keeps this one competitive, though. If he survives until the main bases have run dry on both sides and Sonic gets back to one base, this is still doable. However, HawK is also close to big level ups. Pally 3, MK5, Blood Mage 3, also not too far away.
And there's plenty of creeps left. Well, kind of plenty. There's a lab and 2 expansions in the corners left available, which is plenty enough experience for both players to get some level ups. And the staff is working overtime to heal up the knights that were quite low. Sonic now with the ultimate is going to start harassing. Oh, tanks. Very much out of position. I think this is a guaranteed kill to Zeppelin over the trees. No way! HawK!
Oof, okay.
But still, dizzy tanks are very slow tanks.
True. How long does the dizziness last, by the way?
I think a full minute, 60 seconds? Might be wrong, but I think that feels right, at least.
The player's forces are under attack.
Yeah, HawK has played a good game here so far. I think his biggest mistake was not respecting this Warden harass more. I think there should have been more tanks. Excuse me, more Zeppelins. And I think the Zeppelin that he had should have been not used so aggressively, but also trying to keep his economy safe. Because if you have a Zeppelin at home, the Warden blinks in, you load them all up, the Warden suddenly stands there holding her, you know what I mean, and can't do much anymore. Demon Hunter in the meantime continues to creep up. Healthstone, great item for him, almost level 4.
Are under attack.
Yeah, that evasion going to be useful. The tanks, despite the dizziness, have gone into the main or are starting to kill another lore. Only 1 attack upgrade, but only 1 bear currently to defend. Sonic's main forces are caught a little bit out of position as he goes again towards the expansion with the potion of vulnerability. A couple bears could be bolted out of position, but what's important is that Sonic deals with these tanks and starts harassing again to buy time.
Triple Arcane Tower in the main. And a Priest now. Oh, but he doesn't have Adept training. Well, there's no anti-magic here anyway, so it doesn't matter that much. Well, Warden finds her kills once more. HawK is trying to do big damage before the Warden returns. 1 Wisp goes down. It's level 3 and level 5. Oh, big double level ups.
That's huge. And yeah, that Griffin Aviary you mentioned earlier is looking more and more tantalizing here on the side of HawK, but he's going to seemingly make it work with just the Knights and with just the Breakers. The lore again dies, so what you see is what you get for Sonic's army. Warden comes back, has a decent amount of mana, but the Siphon level 2 now is going to make a big dent in that mana pool.
Oh, wow, yeah. Demon Hunter completely out of mana. He doesn't have an Orb of Venom, by the way. This seems like an oversight. Reaches level 4 finally. There is a staff to save him, just barely. But this MK, he's locked and loaded. It is hammer time, ladies and gents. But the bear's still pretty healthy. HawK's gonna fall back. Didn't have... oh, nice. Stormbolt and Siphon quickly on the trigger right there. And that means no more mana for Fan of Knives. Yeah, no heal scroll there for HawK, right? To engage into that fight. That's so much damage! Bash!
Oh, bash! Bash! Doesn't even matter. Warden goes down level 6, and Sonic seemingly down and out. He can try to rebuild, but he's got no lures currently, and the main base is about to run dry. In fact, they just did. Nature's Blessing is done, but HawK, due to the harass, has over 2 minutes left in his main base. 3 minutes even, in his main base still to mine.
And now the world's his oyster. Whether he wants to go for more items, seal scrolls, knights. Could even go for an expo. But at the moment, more tanks are on the docket. We're going to have 3 tanks here in a moment with 3 armor upgrades, no less. And I think the human heroes here have reached critical mass. So strong now with 5-3-3. And the knights as well, 2-3. Damn!
Yeah, the 3rd attack upgrade is actually about to pop as well. 3-3 knights are pretty insane. And I think the best play, you mentioned that 3rd base, I think the best play for HawK currently would be to go for another expansion. I think the only way, if you could imagine him for a second actually losing this game, I think the only way he loses is if he doesn't take a 3rd base, in my opinion, and then his main base runs dry. Before you know it, his expansion runs dry, and Sonic has that free Tree of Eternity expansion. Yeah. So I think he should go for that top right or bottom left.
Yeah, there's still the X factor of the Avatar Vengeance. Now, the Warden is still dead, notably, because the Demon Hunter didn't have a staff to save her earlier. But if she comes back, if this ultimate gets to work, something could change here. But at the moment, there's still no Warden. At the moment, HawK just seems way, way stronger.
Yeah.
Engaging into the fight once again, as the tanks are also going to be assaulting the Tree of Eternity. This is a good tactic by HawK. The heal's so strong for him. Complete mana superiority. And yeah, that's an easy fight at this point.
Yeah, this is even without Clap on that level 5 Mountain King. Just Bolt alone is doing it. 1, 2 bears go down. There's 3 tanks here to kill that Tree of Eternity. Absolutely no way to defend. The Warden's going to be back in 10 seconds, but the tree's going to be dead long before that, and there's no way to defend. These Knights are 3-3. These Knights are even killing the Moonwells. And GG 2-0 for HawK in pretty dominant fashion there.
Damn, HawK looking good today, if you ask me. No big flaws, no big mistakes, no big oversights. How fast did he kill that Avatar of Vengeance? That was so sad. He was waiting. Sonik was waiting for the mana for such a long time because he got siphoned all the time, and then he finally got it, and then boom, Bolt, Surround, Avatar gone. No influence in this. This was the most underwhelming Warden ultimate maybe of all time.
Yeah, we didn't even see a single Spirit of Vengeance, I think, that whole game. At least I didn't see one on my screen. So, yeah, most likely the most underwhelming Warden ultimate of all time. Yeah, that's fair. Normally that's a game-winning ultimate, too. Regardless of the human heroes, it just always seems to find a way to carry. But that's where Knights come into play. If you have tons of casters and you have tons of riflemen, squishy units, tier 2 units, then the Warden ultimate really can destroy that whole army. But the early tier 3 can make a difference to counter the Warden much easier.
All right, then. That means that HawK is one more best of 3 away from the double elimination round of 8 that we have next weekend from Friday, Saturday, and Sunday until we have a new or back-to-back champion, if Happy retains, of course. Sonik, unfortunately, eliminated, but here on this map, we had some cool plays by both players. This was fun. This was a little reminiscent of the old days in like 2013 and 14. Love to see that. Hopefully Sonik will be back when he can focus more on the game and not on world events. He's not having the greatest time at the moment, so if you want to shoot him a message on social media, he's appreciating that a lot, I'm damn sure. Thanks for showing up here today in nice fashion. But HawK was too prepared, too strong, too solid for that. You guys are also very solid as you are supporting us quite a bit. Co-pilot, 11-month resub. Great that Remo is back, less than 3. And Dr. RN with a 3-month resub. Much love, you guys. Also love to everybody who supports the tournament. Global Cannibal with a $10 donation and more profile pictures being bought. 1,500 cracked. But we need more. Last time we were at 5,000. Can we do it again with the beautiful profile pictures we had? We'll see about that. What are we doing here, ladies and gentlemen? We are celebrating the best server in the history of Warcraft 3, and that is W3Champions. When Blizzard let us down with Reforged, a group of volunteers stepped up, bound together, of course, led by Pat in the very beginning, but by now led by Sefid and Ibaninski and Floss and all the others, and they are doing phenomenal things. They brought us the profiles and the leagues and the matchmaking that we always wanted. They brought us the global ladder that we wanted and need for a game in this day and age. So this is a ladder for everyone. It might be called Champions, but it's also for the grassroots, right? It's, of course, we are celebrating the best players here, but we're also celebrating everybody that just starts to play or comes back to the game. We have, of course, a Grandmaster League, but we also have a Grassroots League where you start learning the game alongside the gym Discord, of course. All you gotta do to join W3Champions is download a little third-party tool from W3Champions.com, and there you go. Ready to explore Warcraft 3 competitive with 26 servers all across the map. That launcher tool also allows you to set your hotkeys, and even some hard-coded restrictions can be lifted with that. For example, you can switch your hero F keys, etc., etc. Great stats on the homepage to figure out your weaknesses and strength. And so many more features. We will tell you about them throughout the day and the upcoming weekend, of course. But now we go into a little break to get the map picks and bans done for HawK vs. Caho.